You know those really cheesy fitness infomercials? You know the ones I'm talking about. The ones that try to tell you that you can lose 100 pounds by doing basically nothing. The promise of minimal effort with maximum results can be captivating, but most of the time, okay, or maybe all of the time, it's just too good to be true. While I'm not about to make an infomercial of my own, I am going to share a piece of advice that not many seem to know. You're doing way too much in your Rocket League games. But before I go further, I have a quick announcement to make. I've joined a few fellow content creators in the race to 10,000 subscribers. They all make great videos, and not gonna lie, I'm not off to the hottest start.
All right, well, at first we started slow. We started real slow. And you know, that's all right. That's okay, because sometimes in life you're gonna start slow. Yeah, they had us the first half, I'm not gonna lie.
So if you want to support, tell your friends, make a YouTube account for your pet iguana, do whatever you have to do. But really, it's one button, just push it and we can be friends. Okay, back to business. Back to business. I swear I'm an adult. There seems to be this natural inclination in Rocket League to play fast, and it's only propelled further by the community. If you're not fast, you're slow.
If you ain't first, you're last. You know what I'm talking about?
There's pressure to always be moving the ball forward, to always be doing something with the ball. We just can't seem to help ourselves. And because we are in constant motion upfield, we tend to expect the same from our opponents. We expect that when they have the ball, they're going to flick over us, or go up the wall for an aerial, or just push the ball forward towards our net. Which makes sense, they're trying to score. My goal is to show you the way of the sloth. We all have a lazy side. I just want you to channel yours when you play Rocket League. Hear me out. Your opponents are always going to do their best to cover the most threatening angle on their net. This results in the quickest path to their net being blocked most of the time. Most players try to flick, air dribble, or just muscle their way through. And I'm not saying that this can't work. It can. We have proof of it. But there's a more efficient way to score that requires much less chance and relies on your opponent's impatience in chasing tendencies. It's simple. Just wait your opponent out when you have possession of the ball. This isn't something that you should or can do every time you have the ball, but this game is all about options, and this can give you a lot more opportunities to score and win. The defensive version of this tactic is to allow your opponent to chase, but remain in a good position to block their scoring options, whether that be shadowing or being in the net ready to go for a save. This can result in your opponent committing too hard on a shot, putting them out of position and you in position to counterattack. I personally believe this is something that anyone can apply quickly. So quickly, in fact, that if I told someone to do it in a 1v1, I think they'd instantly improve. So that's what I did, but I needed a baseline first. I took a couple friends from my Discord at the same rank to 1v1. Meet 9-0 and Maka, both gold 1 and 1s and have a combined age of 106. Not really, but they are old, so haha, got them. It became apparent pretty fast that Maka seemed to be a bit more comfortable on the ball. He put some boomers on net and was pretty accurate with his shooting. Nine put up a good fight, but ended up losing to his opponents, Maka and open nets. Maka dominated game 1 with a final score of 9-2. And 9-0 ended up having 5 open net scoring opportunities. I know that sounds like a random, unimportant stat, but it is something that's important that will come up later. I called a brief intermission and gave 9 my piece of advice in hopes of proving my theory. I didn't want to fully coach him, I just gave him the cues to keep in mind that align with the theme of this method. That being, stop feeling pressure to hit the ball forward, essentially just do less. When you have the time and possession on the ball, do not hit it into him, or at all until Maka challenges. let him outplay himself by rushing touches and force shots on net so that you can counterattack. Game 2 starts and there are a couple of misplays and forced touches, but once 9 starts to apply my advice, the number of opportunities he gets to score goes way up. I think now would be a good time to point out that Maka has over double 9's hours, and does not play ranked often, but I'd imagine based on what I'm seeing, he could easily get placed in plat in 1s right now. Which makes it that much more impressive that on multiple occasions, 9 had the patience to let Maka outplay himself so he could collect easy goals from just one tiny piece of advice. Game 2 ends with a much improved scoreline of 4-6. I took a quick minute just to reinforce the ideas I shared the first time so that it stays fresh in his mind and he can easily apply it to Game 3. Game 3 starts and it's obvious that 9 is more comfortable letting Maka outplay himself for open nets. The majority of the open nets weren't scored, but this is all about scoring opportunities. In this game, 9 had a lot. I counted 10 open nets by the end of Game 3, scoring only 2 of those 10 chances. If he had more confidence and accuracy, he could have won 10-4 against a player who just beat him 9-2 2 games prior, who likely is a whole rank above him in 1s. I know I decided to highlight this with lower MMR players, but I wanted to show that no matter your rank, this is something that can be easily applied with instant improvement, just over the course of 3 games. I was Grand Champ in Season 13 and I personally use this often. It's a powerful tool in 1v1, but can be utilized in 2s and 3s as well, all by simply not feeling forced to hit the ball unless you have to, not hitting the ball into your opponent, and letting your opponents outplay themselves with minimal effort. The majority of players at any rank are quick to boom the ball directly back to their opponent. It falls on you to take advantage of it. As dumb as it might sound, doing less or doing nothing can be a powerful tool to dismantle your competition in a world where chasing and aimlessly hitting the ball is celebrated and expected. So it's time. Stop messing around. Get lazy and start winning more.